Okay, here's what we're gonna do. All right, just so everyone's aware. I have specifically because look, I know there's leaks. I know it's happened before, not once, not twice, not three times. Um, to the extent that one of our biggest raids, which you may or may not have heard of, has recently likely been leaked by dumb fucks that can't keep their mouth shut. This entire meeting is only known to myself, one other party, and kind of to a third party within the marshals. So anything that is said here, the recording, which I will be doing, will be kept in a fashion in which only 3 individuals will ever get their hands on. Secondly, any reference to it will be redacted in such a way that none of this is going to come back to any of you. My intention here is very clear. Quite frankly, you should have been out of prison by now. Secondly, you're a lesser concern for me because Jimbo, he might as well have been a faceless asset. The next, I just need something to focus my target on the murder of the DOC and the faceless, whom were the ones that helped release you. Why they did it, don't give a I just need to narrow. I need to filter the information that I got on my end. If I can get the information I need, information that I already have, this will confirm what I already know, and it'll allow me to do what I need to do for all the other shit. In return, that sentence of 11 and a half years will be reduced all the way down to 1.5. I'll be passing this information to Ruth, who is on the civilian radio, and she will write it all out. She'll get the signature from you, myself, and a justice that is to be trusted. And I say trusted because he is the only individual that I trust with any of the faceless stuff, and that stuff has never gotten out. Any questions before we begin?
I'm ready.
Okay. Go set this tape recorder right over here. It is 4:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm read Director Brian Knight. San Andreas State Marshals, call sign 0495. I'm sitting across from Lang Buddha. We'll go ahead and Mirandize him. At this time, you have the right to remain silent. You have the right to an attorney. Can't afford an attorney. One will be provided for you by the state if one is available. And I am cooked, so I'm going to read that one more time. At this time, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you by the state if one is available. Do you understand your rights as they've been read to you today?
Yes.
Do you state your full name for the record?
Lang Buddha.
I have now just so I'm gonna kind of ask you a few questions first. Where do you currently reside?
In the crackhead trailer park with a bunch of crackheads.
Okay. How long have you known Sebastian or Alfonso or whatever fuck
His real name is Al Sab.
Okay.
I know him for nearly 30 years.
I asked that question just to verify your mental state. So, on November 12th, there was a prison break and you escaped. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Who arranged the breakout?
See, he already knows. Just by asking it like that, he already knows. It's fucking Bjorn. The faceless.
Who was in the Bobcat, or who's in the Bobcat, the cargo Bob? Who are those individuals?
They were faceless assets. One, I believe, by the name of Charlie.
And what were their names?
Well, one was Charlie. I don't know the others. They were blacked out. Voice changes and everything.
So, remember when I said that I've already got evidence? Understand that I know every single individual that broke you out because they didn't wear any masks. I also have your prison phone, and so I know all the calls that came in and out shortly after it was taken from you after the situation in which Speedy threw a weapon into prison, and all of it was taken. I also have his records. I also have someone else's records. So when I said I need you to be honest with me,
Dude, Bjorn is fucked, Chad. This is so cooked. We just ruined Bjorn's arc. I need a sidebar with my lawyers.
Understood. We're going to go ahead and pause the recording here at 4:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
We'll be back in a minute.
And just for reference, I have two marshals that are going and creating an entire timeline of that prison phone, as well as the phone subpoenas of all the individuals that were in that Bobcat, et cetera, blood evidence, casings, etc. Like, I ain't Gunnar Kane, I ain't Richard Dark, and these aren't dumb fucks on our squad.
It's over.
No, listen. Hold on. Whoa.
I mean, whoa, he's got everything. I told you he's got everything.
If he has every single thing he says, what the fuck are we doing here? Why is he talking to you?
He's cutting me a deal. Do you understand? I asked him for the deal.
But then, like, why does he need you to tell him the truth?
Okay, so if you're making a banger-ass sandwich, right? And now you know when you make that sandwich, you don't need the bacon. But if you add the bacon, it takes the sandwich from a 9 to a 12. You might as well just add the bacon.
I think you keep denying it.
Then I'm going in for 11 and a half years.
Weren't you gonna do that anyway?
Loosh.
Fuck, man, it's just tough. Because the moment you walk out of there after 1 year, the Besties are gonna know. They will know.
They will know.
You don't know exactly how much he knows, right?
What do you mean? He just laid it out on the table. You think he's lying about that information? There's the only
I think it's fucking Brian Knight.
The only reason he even knows how to say that is if he knows the evidence. He's not wrong, though. You have to understand he's not wrong. If he's got Bjorn's phone records, my records from jail, records from Forehead, who Bjorn then called Forehead, then called me, then I called Bjorn. Like, he's got it all. You understand? Either I tag along for the ride and cut myself a deal before they get, or they get away and I serve 11 and a half years.
I think he's playing you.
Oh my god. Oh my god. CJ,
Hold on,
he's not playing me.
Can I have a sidebar for the sidebar for a second?
Oh my god.
Christ.
I'm sorry. Does he know it's the Besties? Probably, sure. Absolutely. But if what you're trying to actually protect, we don't know that he fully knows that. Okay? There is no actual, like, phone records. Unless you guys texted, there's no actual proof of what was said on the phone. Unless
I'm
they
pretty sure we
fucking
texted.
wiretapped you guys. What? Oh my god. What the fuck did you text? Hey, break me out of jail?
Maybe something like that. Actually, I'm telling you, this is bad.
Lang! Okay, just give him the book. Just give him the book. Say, listen, these people were blacked out. They had voice changers. I don't know who the it was. If you have evidence that proves it's someone else, then that's you. Great. Here is my evidence that I'm handing you from this book that the people I think did it are the ones who did it.
This makes us want to say, of course,
No,
Lang.
like, if you
Listen, Lang
actually
wants to
protect
save his
yours,
own ass, but he
super
doesn't
important to
want
you,
CJ to
then
realize
you
that.
can't talk
Obviously.
about
All right, Lang is the most
anything
selfish
that
person at the end of the day.
implicates
He is a villain, bro.
he's
He is
bringing
the
up phone
Penguin.
records. You gotta just avert from that. There's no, unless you guys actually texted fully about the prison break, you can still get out of that.
All right.
Give him the book.
Lush, any final thoughts before I begin?
Yeah. Offer him a better deal. Offer him a better sandwich.
Okay, you got one in mind?
You give up Bjorn. And then Bjorn's gonna have to fold, and then he's Bestie's problem later.
Oh my god, wait, that is actually a good idea too.
Wipe your hands clean of it, but
Holy
Ryan,
shit.
an internal problem on his end. You giving him the king sandwich.
He's not wrong. Oh my god, that's so.
You want me to take a look at this?
Yes. My goodness saves the precedent next stream title. Oh my god.
I presume you received this within the last 48 hours.
Correct.
Let me start this recording back up. Recording is resumed at 4:42 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I questioned why you were, how and why you got into that Bobcat. And quite frankly, I just kind of presumed you said, I'm getting in, and no one questioned it. It wasn't until I saw your phone records that it became clear that it was organized and who it was organized with. And I want to underline again that we have their blood evidence. In fact, we monitored that cargo bob about an hour prior to the entire incident and watched it play out live.
Wow.
I want to ask again, who did you contact in order to get out?
Chad, this is so bad. I don't know what to do. What do I get out of this?
I have negotiated that if I receive information on the organization, the bigger one, which this book seems to indicate it, so that's check mark. Good by that. The second are the named individuals that went in to extract you. Third, oh yeah, the named individuals that extracted you out. That is, this plea deal that's being written will be reducing your sentence down to a singular year, down from 11 and a half.
And how do I know these people won't come after me afterwards, Brian?
Because they will eventually. And I think you know as much as I do, is that just as much as you were fighting Chaos Legion and you're fighting this one and the next one, they're all sucking that same blue popsicle. And the next time it pops out of the pants, you know, they're going to run to it and they'll be at your doorstep again. And that the only way for those things to stop is these sort of exercises.
How long will these individuals be in jail for?
Truthfully, I doubt we're even going, even going to go to jail.
What? Why the f would I sit your mouth, Brian?
There's a bigger picture here.
Well, please paint it for me.
I'm going to pause the recording here at 4:46 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Because putting them in for the murder of a DOC for a hot gun that probably doesn't exist anymore because someone with too much of a big mouth 30 minutes into it probably already told them that there's a death, and they've either
How do the cops
we
just
haven't
do
gotten
that,
the gun
Chad?
yet means that they're not carrying it around, and it's
Do
probably
cops really just leak it
sitting
all?
somewhere on a shelf or already traded with another gang.
All the time?
So, well, that's not going to happen. I'm not doing this to stop them for what happened then. We have just gotten done writing about a 7-page document making the faceless enemy of the state. There is a bigger play at hand here. And I need to document their involvement because eventually they're going in for something significantly bigger. And like I said, I'll make it more plainly. This is a short-term break. And unless you're willing to bend to the will of the faceless, you will probably be at odds with them again. And that means they're minion.
Who's the rat within the PD, Brian?
You're making it sound like it's a singular one. You know all of Strawberry Avenue? And then
Yeah.
Rockford Drive?
Yeah.
There's someone that owns about 15 properties that my department has seized this week alongside their bank accounts. Tens of millions of dollars taken and used in manners that it should not have been. Something even as big as that, right out in the open. I mean, quite frankly, I have to ask myself the question sometimes, who's worse, the faceless or the police department itself?
Jesus Christ.
I'm fighting a battle on multiple fronts. And that phone that just rang, that's a whole separate matter. Because as this conversation's taking place, I am prioritizing you over someone who that might lose their life in the next 3 hours.
Make me a marshal.
That isn't something that can happen immediately. I cannot legally do so. I'd be impeached immediately. But let's not pretend this is the first time you and I have done something along these lines. You're going to continue being you. I'm going to continue being me. But there's a common enemy here. There is zero way that I am going to let what is said on this recording affect you any worse than what's going to come your way anyway.
Dude, what crazy, crazy dilemma. Dude, this is a crazy dilemma. Oh my God.
Resuming recording 4:50 p.m. Eastern
I need
Standard
one more
Time.
sidebar.
Pausing the recording. We're still conversing. Take a look at the
It's over. I gotta thank 11 years. I have to thank it.
I mean, yeah.
I'm a little confused. Okay, so he said he's fighting two fronts here. He's fighting one within with the PD, and then the faceless, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't care about this information that you have. Bjorn and shit, right?
Yeah.
But it could be a start for him to start cutting the fat there too.
Yeah, but you understand, brother, the minute the Besties step foot in New Babylon's done. But the reality is, I don't even know where my head is at anymore with New Babylon. And 11 years in jail might help me figure it out real quick. That's the truth. This is much bigger than this arrest, brother. Everything is cooked. The faces control everything. Everything around us, brother. New Babylon, we've got nowhere. We have nothing to stand on. We nearly collapsed over a shitty-ass trash war. With the worst gangbangers I've ever seen.
This is the only deal on the table?
Yes. I will do 11 years.
Look, I'm going to do this. And I understand some of the hesitation. I just got done talking to Ruth. Here's an alternative route, right? I like to work I like being pragmatic. I very much know I'm not getting these individuals on murder one without the weapon, which I doubt we're ever going to recover. This isn't a situation in which, and I'm just being transparent here, where what occurred happened in. This is a case where you need the person and the weapon.
Oh my god, I got a
If
wild
the weapon
card.
is recovered, you would need their DNA at the location.
I got a wild card. Do I play the wild card?
So in turn, whatever said on this recording being utilized for that would be idiotic. But that package we discussed previously.
Brian.
I will weigh the plea deal heavily on that. You get me that today. And number two, you name those individuals on this recording, and that will only be utilized for my case of enemy of the state on the faceless and on Charlie. What that does is there shouldn't be an implicit reason for you to have this come back on you. Now, understand.
I can't do it, Chad. I can't. 'Cause he doesn't
Yeah, we're gonna
understand like
get
who
into a
Lang wants to
situation
actually
where
protect,
you
and it's
will be
Bjorn.
walking out on
Or not even
Monday
protect
with
Bjorn. He doesn't want to be the reason Bjorn got.
know that you didn't serve your sentence. If you went in today, you're out Monday. I doubt they're keeping track.
Monday. I'm gonna do it 11 and a half
I wanted
years.
you to chew on that.
Well, how
Is
many
that
years am I
more
doing?
agreeable?
I thought I was doing 11 and a half.
Yeah, I know that. The justice knows that, but you think these dumb know?
Hmm.
You got to speak up, by the way.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Well, here's the reality, Brian. F your plea deal. I can't say shit. I can't do it.
You cannot say shit.
No. I could do something better, though.
Okay.
We need to go somewhere, me and you.
All right.